Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and today I'm playing some more Krastorio 2 Spaced Out, the Factorio mod. Just need to check my levels are actually coming through because I didn't properly check that before. Yeah, that's cool. Good. We have audio. Excellent. So I've not touched this. I haven't really played anything this week. It's been a very weird week. I've been editing the. I put a a community blog posty thing up on Friday, basically explaining the situation. I wrote it several weeks ago. It's not actually accurate. It talks about having less than 800 subscribers, but yes. So I have been mostly focusing on editing that episode. There's actually two that I've nearly finished. Yeah, I mean, I could actually probably release it next week, but I'm still going to go ahead with the 5 Friday. Is it 5 or 4? The quick tutorial ones instead, and then use this period to sort of get ahead. I do have a third one where I've recorded the audio, so I might have all my videos done up till Christmas. Hello, hello on YouTube. SD3440098. What's that going to be? I can't do the link translation. But welcome. I hope you're doing well. Having a good day. And so what I was saying is I cannot remember exactly what we were doing. I'm pretty sure rare metals is the next kind of job, but I'm not 100% on that. We have a lot of uncompleted things here, don't we? Unbuilt belts, and no radar. Radars are very power hungry in this, so I don't know if I want a radar there. But okay, how are we doing with power? What's the sort of situation? What sort of headroom have we got? We've got about 3/4 of headroom. Okay, and is that because everything's switched off? I think it probably is, isn't it? I don't know, we're not spiked above 17. Okay, so we do have a bit of room there. I noticed some research is doing. Was I getting a car or something? I must have been. We must have been. Oh no, we need fuel, don't we? So that probably would be a good one to prioritise. So this has got a thingamy lock as well. I always forget what they call them, the progress ones rather than the technology ones. So, where is oil? Here we go. We've got a couple there. That's a new spawn, but we've obviously got some brand new biters popping in. They might actually be creating a new spawn in the process. Okay. Are they in... They're not in pollution territory. Because I know we've got oil there, but that's a fairly big nest. It's not too big. But we've got those two. But we would anger these quite quickly, I think. Okay. But yes, I mentioned that because I'm pretty sure... Is that right? We need to do this one, water electrolysis. I know we don't need oil for that. I thought you did. Okay. So we need to get some electrolysis plants built. Okay, we've got chemical plants. Interesting. And oil pump jacks. And I shouldn't be ticking these off because I need to go and build them. Now, there was this little production area here. I think this has probably reached its sort of capacity, really, hasn't it? It's not going to make a lot more. I guess I don't suppose I've got... Actually, does it do advanced material processing in this? Is this... would it just be under that? Oh, it does. Look, there we go. And I can do it. Okay. They're quite expensive, but just putting a couple on. Because we could probably, you know, there's plenty of sort of spare capacity here, basically. So if I sort of pop in just a couple of spaced out ones. But yeah, I think we need to start building like down on the main area. Those are quite loud for me. Oh, they're quite loud on the game audio as well. Okay, so sounds. Let's drop that down to self. 40%, I say. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. Oh, use that up instantaneously. There we go. We do have one there. That we could just steal a bit off. Yeah, we could put in a second line of iron ore quite easily, and it would actually be like a proper iron ore, potentially. You know, like a full belt, as it were. Which then, if we doubled these up, I think it's the same thing. I think when you get the, in fact, I might put that because it's only. Oh, it's 200. No, 75 surely. Yeah, there we go. I'll do that one first then. Because, yeah, we could swap those in. We only need it on the iron side. And then it would actually produce a full belt. Obviously, we need some long-handeds. Then it'll be close. Well, a full belt. A full half a belt. Okay. Which would get these made a bit quicker. So, I guess the question is, as I say, do we want to make... So, we got, for example, we could make some storage tanks here. That won't be a bad thing, but I usually make them close to... Because I could steal off of there, couldn't I? Yeah, let's just sneak them in then. On the side there. Give you a output and an extra thing. We've got Biddly Bong. Oh, new tip, change drop lane. Okay. Ah. So it has lane assignment on this. I thought that was part of the quality of life mods I installed in... Because when I played Krastorio 2 before, I remember using that. But I thought it was one of the quality of life mods that I'd added on. I didn't know it was part of a base thing. That's interesting. Okay. So we don't really need them, do we? So we could do something like that. No, that needs to be tanks, sorry. Don't want to make like a million of them, just get some tanks so that we've got storage, and then we need those being made. Which saves why we want more of this iron coming this way, really. Okay, so that gets us a few storage tanks just so that I can use them, you know, for trains and what have you. I think I made pumps, didn't I? Yeah, pumps with... Oh no, that's water pumps. It's not regular pumps. Am I making engines anywhere? I don't think I am. Maybe I'm making them over here somewhere. No, so this is literally just science, isn't it? Okay. Because this would be the other place to swap in, you know, for the stuff, but we're not really using all of our materials yet. Okay. But yeah, if we make sort of engines, you know, if I sort of tack engines here, because we're going to need them for the car. Where are they? They are. And it's iron plate, gear wheels and pipes. Oh, I'm not putting gear wheels and pipes on this minibus, am I? Okay. Because then... So I would need to do separate productions, basically. So we would need a arrangement like this. I must be making assemblers, surely. Get the recipes on. Turns the recipe things off when you switch between modded and that. Here we go. I'm literally next to them. There we go. There we go. Loads of them. Loads of them. That's what we like. So yeah, if this became engines... The gear wheels are on the thing, so we just need the pipes. So we could do a... In fact, I could use my blueprint, couldn't I? I could use my blueprint. Is that the right one? No, that's the right one there. No. Pass through plus add in. Wrong sort of pass through. I can flip the things over. So we want to go... So 0 wants to be... Pumps, where are they? There we go. And then 1 is the engines. 2 is pipes, because we've got gears on the thing. But yeah, this is wrong. This needs to be there rather than there. A weird feeling I've already built this, so yeah. Might discover it's built somewhere else as well. Oh, not any lights. Are lights being made here? They are not. They surely must be an easy thing to build. Glass. Okay, maybe not. Right here then. Okay. How dare you be realistic at this stage, game? Glass on a light? So iron plate, pipes, gears. So we want... Oops. Those and that. We must have done the stage 2. Excellent. So if I just hand make, you know, I think there's only 12 up there or something, but if I make 15, and what do we actually need? Steel and stone bricks. We do have a little bit of steel there, but no stone brick here? No. But I can just sort of grab that. There we go. What else are we missing? So this needs... Oh, this needs pipes as well, does it? Okay. And then it also needs steel. That's annoying. Okay. So if we go pipes there as well. So we have this one sort of come over there and hop over. That's not the right thing, is it? That should be. If I put that there, say. Then I can hop it over here. Like so. You're making any steel? You are, but they're going into whatever. Oh yeah, I did the strong boxes and stuff. Okay. So we don't really want them going past this, do we? Just want the steel. Wrong side. There we go. We have made a tank. Excellent. What else? You're now missing the steel, which we might get at some point in the dim and distant future. No, seriously, not. I can make them. Put one in there. Okay. So yeah, if we can kind of bolster up this iron production, a few of these bad boys. Because don't use any more coal, or it shouldn't do. I don't think they've changed this, but they might have done. Tricky part is getting the stuff in. I guess I could swap it in the sense of... Because don't I have steel pat? I do have steel pat. I can make 2. Okay. So we need more iron. Right. Them. Okay, so plan then. Because will that fill? If I put it on the other side, does it power them? It does. So if we go sort of take those out, we can see sort of there. There. There we go. Oh, crikey, burner inserters. Well, there you go. Who would have thunk? It's just literally every gap, isn't it? Yeah. Who would have thunk? In this day and age. Right, so a few more mining drills. Do I have the blueprint for that? I do. So on there, can't I? They do this weird and really awesome like synchronizing of the sound where it like does like harmonics essentially in the audio. It sounds really cool when you it's like a that's a harmonic type, you know, it's like okay, so that should be, I mean, I think that's half the belt, give or take. I know this is, this is overdoing. Oh, they've run through already, haven't they? So maybe instead of that way round, we'll send them just like that. Because it only really needs an extra half. Are you getting to the end? Are you getting stuff? You are now. There you go. See, we've got a half a belt. It's deliberately rubbish because it then gives you a reason to do the upgraded version. Okay, we've got a stack of fast inserters. Look at that, and about 1 billion regular inserters. Okay, that sounds like it's probably not been the plan. What about long-handed? Oh, look at that, 2 stacks of them. Let's grab some of you. It's got 100 of the drills. Now we need to do water to chlorine. It's weird, this recipe. It makes no sense. Unless water is made from chlorine and hydrogen in this world. In which case it's not water. I mean, chlorine doesn't even bond twice to hydrogen, I don't think. So, electrolysis plant, that's what we need to make, isn't it? But we have to do that, but it needs sand, you see. So, we do have stones there. I have 2 lanes of stone, okay. And then I am turning it into sand. Oh, okay, and I've done extra in order to do the water thing. Okay. So if we maybe put the electrolysis there to electrolysize. Now there should be, or there used to be, and this I say this might be a quality of life one, but there used to be like a vent. You used to just be able to get rid of unwanted gases. Oh, we've done level 2 thingies. Let's have a look. See in Factoriopedia. I don't know what it called. It was like, was it a vent? Was it simply that? No. If we look through the machines, is it in here? Because otherwise we're going to have to manually. Oh look, the air purifier was in this as well. Okay, interesting. Because we've got to make fuel. That's a thing we've got to do. Quantum computers, okay. Maybe it'll be in here. Oh look, superior substation. Interesting. It's big on this, but I don't see the vent. Ah. Tank. I remember them being on the thing, and didn't really do military stuff when I played this the first time, because I sort of messed the settings up, really. It should be in the recipe, shouldn't it? So if we look at chlorine, say, Because there's like a voiding risk. Burn chlorine. There we go. Flare stack. That's it. So we need that. It's horribly polluting. Is my memory. Oh, there it is. Flare stack. Pollution 5 a minute. Which a drill is like only 2, isn't it? Or something silly like that. Pollution 7.5. Okay, maybe it's worse in this. But yeah, assembly machine then 4. Okay, so it's not far off an assembly machine. Okay. But there's going to be we're going to have to produce loads of, other way around, isn't it? We need to burn the hydrogen, I think. Okay, so that sounds like a little bit of a plan. Because what we've got to do, basically, is in order to get the rare metal, we've got to use chlorine. A bit like sulfuric acid for nuclear. Which we'll also have to do at some point. But yeah, if we sort of set all this up, then I can kind of weave the belts around it. Let's have a look, see. So we want to be sort of there, I guess. It's not... Oh! Uranium mining, not research. This isn't uranium, then. Do I have to do that first, then? I don't remember that from before, but then by the time I got to this, I think I'd done a lot of researches. Rare metal conversion. So is there no... So maybe uranium mining... That's processing. Entity to mine. So does that then lead to rare metals as well? Interesting. Let's have a look then. So I might be a bit ahead of this. Stack size, rocket capacity, rare metal, oil recycling, unfiltered dirty water, enriched rare metals. So it's that one we want. So it must be, it doesn't show it there. Unless I'm being dumb. Well, it could be that you have to use the level 2 drill. No, it couldn't, because that uses rare metals in its production. So you'd be trapped in a catch-22. Okay, so I guess rare metals. Well, that doesn't show it. They're dependent on doing uranium processing. How do we get to that then in this mod? We want to do uranium mining. That's the processing. So we need to get there. Oh, that's a fair way down the tech tree. So this stream is probably completely terribly named, isn't it? Because we're not getting there today, I don't think, because we've got to do chemical tech. And that will take a while to set up, especially since I've been blathering on. Okay. I did not know it was locked in that way. So, we need to do that one. That gives us automation 2. Silicon is then required for advanced circuits, isn't it? What else? Plastic. Okay, so we've got to do the whole... So it's really going to be about oil, I think, this string. Okay, let's leave that then. What I could do instead is use some of this production to make other interesting things, maybe? So if we go sort of there, maybe. What do we... So, because we need these guys, and they need glass. Cores. Steel beams. I've got steel plate, haven't I? Yeah, okay, so maybe if we do them as a separate production. for the glass, the copper, and the automation cores we've got. So actually, if we do them the other way around, so we go like automation jobbies here. Sorry, electrolysis jobbies there. What about chemical plants? What's the recipe on them? Steel plate, gear wheel, electric circuit, and pipe. What I didn't do on this. That's my science cards, isn't it? That belts them all the way around. What I didn't do is make up, make like gears and pipes and do like a liner then. Is that worth doing? Because we can replace these now. Increase our reduction of iron plate. Okay. So maybe I build that first. Yeah. Because I want to get proper power lines and stuff. Oh look. Random chest of random. Random chest of random. Okay, so if we maybe think that... where do we want to put it? Not thinking anything spectacular. Whoops. If we go... So we just get some of them. And boop, boop, boop. Move that over. And then pipes here. I want a few more of these machines, but we'll just, a bit like the others last time, we'll just sort of set up a little bit. And a bit of a split off there. So this then, these are, oh actually that's that one, isn't it? So it needs to be, the output needs to be going this way. Yeah. Like so. Oops. That's the wrong way around. Okay. That one, that one, that one. Now, do you need it faster? You do, kinda. How about you? Output needs to be faster. Cool. So that gives us at least some belts and pipes. Gears and pipes on the, let's call it the bus. So we've got a nice little supply of them. I built this a bit weird on both sides, but there you go. So then we do then have everything there, but I could also do, so if I go use my, I don't want the pass-through one, I want the regular one. No, where is it? Add in, so, no, not pass-through, normal, there we go. So 0 then is going to be, where are they? Chemical plants. 1 is going to be electrolyzers, because it didn't need, so it's got the gears now, you see, and I can just bring those up, is my thinking. Whereas that one needs steel feeding in. Everything else glass, automation cores. Not really sharing the ingredients, they're not particularly well suited to go next to each other, but whatever. Because then we've got, am I making greenhouses over here? I think I just literally handmade, didn't I? Green, yeah, I just handmade them. So if we then go Greenhouses. Oh, it needs wood. Okay. Just set up a little box. Iron beam, glass, cores, that's all fine. But crushers need copper cable. Oh, an iron beam as well, rather than... Okay. Maybe we should do like iron beam. Maybe we should do like steel and iron beam. Steel beam and iron beam together as well. And then maybe put this over here somewhere. It's a bit of a trek for the belt, but there you go. So if we assume we do... What, can I do rare metals as... Let's do it in here. What do we actually make with rare metals? It's just like... It's just like a weird stacky thing. There you go. 10 times metal ore. So it's made in regular furnaces. Okay. And we can just do it normally. Ingredients. Yeah. 16-second craft time, which I think is just the same as everything else, isn't it? So, oh, sorry. I mean, it's the same as steel, which, yeah, okay. That needs coke, though. But this one doesn't. So we can do, like, a row of rare metals, basically. And then we could have reduction of, because, weirdly, the beams are both... Is that right? So the beamy ones... Yeah, iron beams, steel beams, they're just made from the plates. Don't think they're very quick, though, are they? 2 seconds, okay. So yeah, if we have like iron plate coming that way, and then both of them going that way. In fact, why don't I do half and half? Yeah. If I go like that. And then we can... Oops. And they can be steel beams. Steel beams. Cool. So that needs to be half and half coming in. Half and half. Half and half. Right. Okay, how are we going to do that then? So, right there. The graphics look better to me on this. I don't know if it's just my horrible memory or what have you, but the graphics do seem nice, slightly nicer on this version. I don't know if it's because I wonder if maybe I think there is like a high def version of the graphics. So those are coming out that way, and then the beams need to come this way. I have run out of them. Am I not making them? No, does it not call them? What's the problem in this then? Transport belt, why did that not find anything then? I'm just going mad. Trend. Ah, maybe I got rid of it. Because I had this whole thing. I did, didn't I? I remember now. Yeah, we've just ended up with one chest and I took out the machines because I'm going to make it over here. Which is something I failed to do. Okay. Do that, say. And then hop you over there. Okay, so this is our fourth line. So we don't need that one anymore. Because we're going to get steel beams. A small trickle of, but that's fine. Copper, glass. This would be better, wouldn't it? If it was like lights or something. Iron plate, copper. Copper cable, iron plate. Because then you at least got sort of copper being similar. So we can have like copper cable there. And one of these machines needed copper machines? Copper cable. Yeah, so the crusher needed copper cable, so we could share that. We've got the stack thing. I need to do the chemical labs though, don't I? Okay. Ah, I got blue assemblers now. And you're the weird one with needing. That's glass as well. Okay. Which one needed? It was the electrolysis, wasn't it? Yeah. So if we go to there, say, so if one is the electrolysis, that needs glass as well. Okay, so electrolysis there, and then 0 could be the greenhouse. Now, I don't know anything making wooden boxes, I don't think. So how about... I did make a single one of these. But I think it's still trapped in here. Sneaky Bus Grey. Single, there we go. So we make a copy of that. Put it in the game blueprints. There we go. Go. Single, that means. Because these are both gonna need wood. Is the point? And I can just manually put in some wood. Sort of take this up. So that needs glass, that needs glass, that needs glass. These all need copper as well. That doesn't need copper. And that's obviously just wood. Wood. Okay, so we could do a line here. There's glass and copper. And then they either need it directly. You didn't need copper, but you did need glass. So do a mixed. You needed glass. Glass and copper, I think. Copper. Glass. Okay. So if we take... glass and copper. Go. Which would be a good way of doing it? We go like that. Take that off there. Now, I need to make some inserters. Not inserters, underground. Okay, so it gets you both did and dir. That needs automation core, so it's got glass and copper. It doesn't have beams. This needs iron plate as well. We're going to make the things that affect. That needs to be a fast one. So that's steel beams and iron beams. an automation cores. Automation cores, iron beams, glass and wood. If we put wood in that one, because we've got loads of wood somewhere, because I made all those greenhouses. You're chugging away. So we're going to need a steel beam and iron beam one, I think. Do we put that on that side? Steel beam, iron beam, steel beam. It's just I think I could probably share that with something else. I think there's other machines that might use those. Do you use... You don't use beams, do you? Oh, you use beams. Gear wheels. And they're beams as well. Okay. And gear wheels. Do any of these use gear wheels? No, which makes a lot of sense. So if this was a combined iron beam and steel beam, and then we had one, and it at least had... Because they do the upgradey thing. Yeah, no, yeah, they use the... whatchamacallit as their ingredient. But if we do... Because these need automation cores as well. Because they're machines. So this could be iron beams, steel beams, and then this could be automation cores and something else. What? Something missing that I forgot. Iron plate, isn't it? Silicon process. So we'll leave that for a little while. I guess I could start doing the railway stuff though. Yeah, let's get the railway stuff on the go. I haven't really had to do any combat yet, so I'm a little nervous that I'm way behind the curve there. Yeah, so steel beams, because these then can do the whole... What would they be doing? They would be doing pass-through, wouldn't they? But does it need something else? That's just beams again, and we're just literally bringing them up. So it's them that's more complicated, with gears and circuits and cores. And then not so complicated. That's interesting, but it's gears again, isn't it? Okay, so none of these need gears. They do need automation cores. An iron plate. That was iron plate? Yeah, that's iron plate. So this needs to be automation cores. An iron plate. So that would be... I'm going to get into a mess with this, aren't I? No, in fact, better if this is the beams one. Which is just that. And then I can kind of finagle that around like that. So, because it's the automation course, although we're going to want the other stuff as well, obviously. Want everything, really. All of the things. But if I do say that, grab some automation cores, and some iron plate for there. So just do it like that. You're right in the way, Mr. Powerpole. Okay. Because we're going to need like the circuits and stuff and all sorts of things, really. Let's finish this off. So this one and this one alone needs iron plate. Then that needs beams. This needs beams. This needs beams. Beamsy, beamsy, beams. That's blocked because it's not got glass. Automation cores as well. Marvellous. Oops. And all of these must be automation-y because they're Machines. Cool. So we're now making... We're not making crushers. Was that the other thing I thought I could share this with? Because that's gear wheels, beams, automation cores, copper cables. Okay. I wonder if I could I squeeze that in here then? What's it missing if we put it in here? Copper. It's missing the copper gear wheel. Sorry, the iron. Sorry, copper cable. Iron gear wheels are not on this either. Okay. But these all need gear wheels, you see. So how about we look at the other recipes? So this would then be, if this is the undergrounds, then they've got access to the beams and, you know, we assume it's a pass-through run. Did we make any boxes? We did. Nice. Assume it's a pass-through one. Because then it's got beams straight away. It doesn't have the gear wheels, so we would need to bring gear wheels up. And then this one though. Oh, that needs transport belt as well. Does the labs need transport belts in this? No. Okay. What about level 2? But it does. Okay. So we'll share them separately then. So if we make this machine automation cores, so it'd need a belt of gear wheels and basic circuits, wouldn't we then? So that goes in there. Do it that way around. Doot. We give this iron plate. So we need one doing the gear wheels there. Were you just extra? No, you were beams. Wow, that's very convenient of you, isn't it? Your beams. But this isn't beams. No, this is automation cores. Fancy. That one's gears. So it needs more gears as well. It needs automation cores, green circuits, and actual belt. Okay. So I just go to 1, to 2, and just oodles of belt. Okay. The next one then would be what? That would be like the but then we go, so if this is the loaders, beams, gears, transport belts, yeah, so that would, it would need the gears, and it would get the beams, but it needs more belt, all of the belts, and then this can be fast. And that's just more gears. Because then we can go... I don't know why I've stopped using my parameterized ones. There. I've done that opposite way around over there. Better if I at least remain some way consistent. Look at that, 4 stack of lights. The power of automation. Have I not done the same machine twice then? I have, haven't I? What was this meant to be then? Was that meant to be crushers? No, it was going to be chemical labs, wasn't it? Gears, but that needs steel plates. That's not going to work. What about you? You're steel as well. Was it crushers then? It must have been crushers. And what are you liking then? Gears. Hmm. Yeah, must have been. Okay. So it lacks gears. I mean, we could steal them. Because gears will be coming in from there. Oh, you're unpowered, are you? And then wherever they are on there, we will adjust accordingly. This needs to be green circuits, doesn't it? Because gear wheels and green circuits on this. Hey, so. So they're gear wheels. How about... No. Do that. Like so. Put that in. Oh, it's only a half thing, isn't it? So we want... one of them anyway. It's going to get messy. How about we take that back down? To there, maybe? Actually move it up one. So that should get us gears. Maybe I just do that. Cool. They're all going to be running quite, you know, under speed, as it were, because I'm giving them lots of yellow inserters, but it's actually fairly useful because it means they'll just make a few. Iron plate, and rather than eat through all of our ingredients, basically. So you would eventually make... Now I want to cap these at, say, 2 stacks there. Do you want this one to just run and run as well? Oops. That. I think I'm going to cap them lower, since we got all the other ones. But we've actually got some automated production of belts. Nice. We've already got inserters over the other bit. So what we're missing, we've done greenhouses. Crushers still aren't working because I forgot to add that on. Okay. So I need to go like that. And then actually needs to be on the other side. Okay, that's annoying. Okay. So that gets a few belts for our crushers. We're not going to need like millions of them anyway, so that's fine. Flare stacks is where you get into steel, and that's steel. Now we have gears and circuits on that top belt there. So it could maybe, because that's gears as so that's circuits as well, and steel. Well, we don't have the pipes, but we could just make a little extra pipe production there. But we've got electrolysis, we've got crushers, we've got greenhouses. What do you need? Steel plate. Gear wheels. That's interesting. We could move that production up then. Oh, that needs automation cores. Which is annoying. I will 100% concede that that is annoying. But yeah, we need oil pump jacks then, basically, is what we're really missing. Because we've got... Am I making boilers and that over there? I'm pretty sure I am. No. Oh. Did I make anything? I looked at the stream title for last time and it said, like, starter base. No, my starter base doesn't appear to have anything in it. Right. Okay. Because we're obviously about to hit this rare metal patch, you see. I don't really want to look too many more before we leave some space for that. What are you? Filtration plant. Ah, that must mean we're on the cusp of doing the enrichment process. But yeah, we want a few of these still. So what have we got left? Let's just slap these in and we'll sort of see what machines we're left to build. So we've not made chemical labs, flare stacks. I guess the filtration plants, but meh. And then we also need pump jacks. I guess really we should make steam engines and boilers because we're not really making them. How difficult are wind turbines? Weirdly complicated. Okay. Turbines. I don't suppose I'm making repair packs anywhere. No. Okay. Really should make them. Did I not? I thought I left these guys making no, you're not making repair packs, are you? Stone, plate and copper. So I could just switch some of these over to, or switch that one. I can't. Can it make that? It can, no, because it requires more complicated ingredients. Okay. So repair packs potentially. We do have them set up to do ammo. What about walls? But then I need walls for military? Haven't done military tech. Okay. But then as PT Dog was telling me last time, you need to be a bit careful when making ridiculous amounts of military tech. Because it's not really all that used. Apparently. That looks like quite a list to me, but I think maybe it's because it runs out, essentially. So yeah, so what we need to do is these guys, I think. And then we've got pretty much all the machines. Because I did do pumps at the other place. I'm sort of surprised I've not done production of them. Are they steel and stone brick? Have I got stone brick somewhere here? No. Why not? I never hooked it up, look. Or stone. Okay. So we're gonna have... Oops, wrong place. We need like at least one extra one there with stone brick on. That's fine for now. We can sort that out. What we really want are these, so I can go and do the steel beams. Are steel gear wheels from beams or no? They're from plate. Okay, that's not too bad then. Because we've got steel beam. No, wrong thing. I'm not looking for that one. Steel beam. So we got them, and them all available on our sort of minibus thing. So it would just be a case that we could make locally some steel gear wheels. But can I arrange these in a nice and convenient way? Because I could put... I know it's a bit weird because I've sort of put the gear wheels on there. I'm making the pipes and I need them now. So I'm going to put them on a separate split. It's all a bit sort of contrived and weird. Oh, you can walk over there. Whatever they're called. Insertory things. Cool. Num, 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 num. I was hoping it would leap out as obvious which ones I need to do and like combine and stuff, but it doesn't really. Plate, gears and pipes. Pipes, stone furnace. So I guess we would need to make stone furnaces as well. Which are stone. Copper and iron. If I was to tack, maybe I could, so I could put them, we could just do a single one. So this could be repair packs. And that uses stone then, you see. Stone furnaces. Is that the only thing using stone here? I think it is. Yeah, so we could do the stone furnaces, which would then... We don't have pipe. Okay, let's just do that then. So, I guess... Doesn't really make... Set that order doesn't really make any sense, does it? So, how would I do that? If I go... Second. So if we do a pass through, so 0 then becomes stone. Where are they? Stone furnaces. 1 is then boilers. That's that. So I need to bring the iron plate line up. We can chop these trees down. Put them into boxes. But yeah, I need to bring up a line of stone, really, don't I? Which means connecting it over here. Do I want to do this as a half lane thing? No, we've taken that both down as full. I'm sure we'll turn them into walls or something similar. So if we then go... Filter that to stone. Cool. Oh, we have red belt available as well, don't we? So I can increase throughputs where I need to. Um, mm, mm. What do you need? Your pipes? Oh, I was going to make a little thing of them, wasn't I? Nuts. So, if I sort of flip this round. Turn that to pipes then. What else do you need? Pipes and the furnaces. And you need stone, but then you need iron and copper and stone. Mm-hmm. Where's this coming from then? This must be from here. And obviously these are the wrong way around. There you go. Okay, so that's a little bit of stone. A little bit of stone. A little stony bit. And that gets us that one. And that one, hopefully. Iron, gears. Okay. Okay. Do. You've got to need something else. Pipes. There it is. Pipes. Stone coming. Awesome. Look at that. 37 red belts. Nice. Okay. This is the priority one. I think I should focus on that one. So we've got green circuits on that, and we've not got pipes, but everything else then is steel, isn't it? Okay. What does it? It needs both steel. Oh, blimey. Hello. Yes, welcome. But why are you not? Oh. Controls are different in this? Or am I going mad? That didn't seem to auto-aim. Right, so where have you come from? There. Now, turrets. Did I make turrets? I don't think I made turrets. Gun turret. I have. Okay, so we've got plenty of turrets then, so we should be able to sort that out. That went down remarkably quick, unless I didn't have a full stack. That seemed to drop very quickly. I mustn't have had a full stack. I can't have used 38 magazines to kill like 5 small biters. What are you? You're making rifle magazines. Looks like that makes them more then. Turrets, here we go. Do they take rifle or pistol? Rifle, okay. You total rifle. Rifle. Okay. Because we don't have like poison or anything, do we? We've got slow down. How about I set up? Are you doing the same thing maybe? Or the iron plate in it, didn't I? Right then. Can I do heavy armor? Heavy armor. I've got heavy armor, okay. Let's see how quickly I can die. Because I'm super underpowered, I think. But yeah, it was weird there, so I guess maybe there's no auto aim. So I did so little combat because I messed up the settings basically for when I did it before. And the biters didn't expand, they weren't aggressive, I don't think they basically evolved. I was like so cautious that it was like silly. It does have the bullet trails thing in it though, which I thought was an errandle. Oh. Got one there, that should be able to shoot him. Oh, the pistol's quite quick firing, isn't it? So yeah, it mustn't auto aim. Interesting. Can't see anything. I think that's about right. Probably better off with that. Okay, so we do get pollution absorption in this, as it turns out. But yeah, I think those are the ones that are in the cloud, so I'll leave it there. Did I pick them all up? Yeah. In my last few playthroughs, I tried to be a bit more like reactive with the combat rather than, because what I would usually do pretty early on is just set up loads of perimeter guns and make an entire wall around the base and all this sort of stuff. But I've tried to be a bit more, defend the cloud type approach. Mixed bag. What were we doing? We were making pump jacks, weren't we? So yes, if that was that one there. But so we would need steel, and steel. But we also need pipes. Okay. So if we brought pipes up like that, steel up like that, then we could have gears on one side. Which are quicker? Steel gear wheels, 0.5 seconds. Beams. 2 seconds. 1 half a second. So that's quicker. And how much does it actually need? Is more gears than... Okay, so we'll put the beams there. So if this has the steel plate coming up, does that need steel plate as well? Yes, okay. Super expensive, isn't it? And then it also needs green circuits and pipes. So we'll put pipes on there. And then we want steel coming up here. Oops. Oops. That's one of them, the steel. Iron plate is almost non-existent now. Can I automate you? Steel plate, stone brick. So I wanted to put these on. Because that's actually really, like, convenient. The automation course is a bit of a pain, because that's on a different thing. And the beams is on this side, isn't it? So actually that would probably be better over here. It might have been better if that was the steel on this side. Yeah, that would be better. He says. Not really quite sure. I was going to weave the belt round, but there you go. See, I'm not using the inserter, the loaders. I don't go to it because it's like you have to split the lanes and all this sort of stuff. And I don't know that I personally find them more convenient as such. So pipes is what's missing. So this would need pipes on it instead then. Okay. So I'm kind of figuring that we could probably make the chemical plants here. Something like that. Something is being attacked. Okay. Where have you come from then? Don't destroy my stuff. It's my stuff, I need it. Oh look, we've had a colonisation, I think. I don't like when you destroy my stuff. It's my stuff. Right. Oh, it doesn't leave the ghosts. Yeah, so I think you unlock, isn't it? I think something like that. What? What was there then? Because I get the long-handed bin. Oh, this was a belt across, wasn't it? Like that. A bit of steel. We haven't made a single... single pump. I think I messed something up there, because that's weird. Right, yeah, so where did they come from? Yeah, they've... New colonisation there, look. Okay. Let's get some of all this ammo we've hopefully made. Yeah. We're going to have an argument with them. I'm in a protracted negotiation. I'm doing it in the dark again, because that's always helpful. Oh, there's quite a lot of biters there. But yeah, they're having a little conference, I think. Luckily, they're only small ones. That's from all the pollution, I think. That's absorbed. Why did I build 4? If I pop you in there... Ah! Yeah, the pistol's not all that bad in this. Get you repaired. Because I can probably get that in there. Is that going on it or... No, just out of range. Excellent. Cool. So we don't need to bother about the worms, as per. I mean, we will, because they're right on top of the oil patch, but we can leave them for now. Okay, so how are we doing? How are we doing? We've got rail stuff unlocked, interesting. But yes, we need to get these plumbing things up and running. Oh yes, I forgot about these belts, didn't I? Let's grab them. Can we do another... No, we can't do another military level. Do that, that'd be useful. And that's always useful. Stronger explosives is sort of an A because what I'm mostly after for that is... Oh look, got a damage one. Is... what should we call it? The... I forgot what I was going to say. Water, that's all fine. Do I need some pipe? Might as well get some undies. Yeah, don't know what happened with pumps, because we... Oh, we have got a full stack there. Okay, so it did make some. Why was it not showing... Oh, I was just imagining it, basically. I thought this was empty, but it wasn't. So we'll make some engine units. Let that chug away. We have some tanks now. Don't know why I picked up all of them. The steel boxes. There we go. Ah, we've not made any of them. Why not? Because there's no inserter picking up them. Okay, fair enough. We could grab some more of that. Get it in there. Now, where were we? Still haven't made a single pump jack. All we need to do is plop it down to drill some oil. What else did you need? You needed all the steel things, which are there, but I'm just not inserting them properly. Brilliant, well done. And pipe, that was it. Pipe. Right. So that'll get us the first oil pump jack. Excellent. As I say, I think I probably can make chemical plants here. I was wanting to sort of relocate the assembly machine. So if we were to try and make them there, and we can also make a few blue. Do we have the bits we need? Gears, beams, automation cores. Just remember, did I leave this uncapped? I did. Naughty. What about these? No, they're fine. Okay. What was it? Sorry. Gears, beams, automation cores. So it doesn't have the beams, but I can just bring them up. Automation cores are on this belt. And then gears up there as well. Excellent. So we got them. And now more gears, green circuits. Excellent. More of that. As well as steel plate, which I have just added on to this belt here. Excellent. So we can get to level 2. Now, how are we doing with power? Eating through it. So we've now got them. Haven't got them. Haven't got filtration plants, but then they involve an engine unit. We haven't got them. Flare stacks. Steel beams. That would be incredibly convenient to build here, wouldn't it? Because they're making steel beams. That would be a good one. And then that's steel plate with gear wheels, pipes. Okay, so if we make these two, we do a not pass through. So 0 as the chemical plants, and 1 as the flare stacks. Alright. Yeah, so you can have some of them, steal some of them, steel plate from there, green circuits from there, and then you're also green circuits as well as what? Pipe. Cool. Steel plate and iron gears. We'll get them from there. Okay. Here we go. That's not capped. Why is that not capped? So I have some pump jacks. Now, how many do I actually have over here? It's got 2 there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So 8. Cool. We're going to need some more undergrounds, aren't we? Can I make landfill yet? No. Okay. So yes, we have... Yes, 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 yes. Yes, no, we don't have filtration plants. So I haven't got them either. Do filtration plants use wires? No. They use engines. Steel beams, glass, automation cores. You're not making this easy, are you? Filtrate. So glass, steel beams, automation cores. So the bit that's missing would be the engines. But if we've got iron plate, we've got that. So we could just take this further, even further down. So potentially make the filtration plants here. Because, oh, in fact, actually, if we put a well, if we do engines though, what have we got? We've not got gears or pipes, have we? That's annoying. I missed. Because it needs gears and pipes. Okay. Could just, say, just sort of do something highly botched together. So that across something like that, maybe. As whichever one, gears or whatever. I don't fancy running yet another line of the exactly the same thing down. Long-handed there. Coal. Do you need iron plate as well? You do. And then just pop that across. In fact, oh, need to insert them. Might as well stick them in a box. That should be capped. Cool. So it gets its engines, and then it's got, whoops, automation cores there. And it needs steel beams. Oh, that's steel beams there. And glass. And glass is there. Cool. Tool belt, nice. More inventory. Which means, did we make flare stacks over there? I can't remember. Yes. And we have chemical. In fact, we've got four. Oh, two. Sorry. Steel beams. Yeah. Cool. So that'll fill up. Awesome. So we've got that, yes, yes. We haven't got the wind turbines. That's the only one we're missing. Which are copper cables, iron beams, iron gear wheels, and iron plate. Oh no, I haven't got steam engines either. Gears and pipes. So, if I made this a half and half lane with iron plate, I could probably put both of them there, I think. Because that's iron gears, iron beam. I wouldn't have iron beams, but we could just make a few of them. And then we have absolute, well, I haven't got labs, but I don't care about them. There's a separate production. How might we add iron plate? Half a belt of iron plate. In fact, we'd be better kind of rethinking this all together. Maybe going like that. There we go. So that gets iron plate on one, so I'm going to have to pull a load of it off, which might be annoying. Okay. Which are the two we were missing? It was like the boiler and the... We got them now. Got them, got them, got them. So it's these two. It's perfect because it sort of... Then we get the rare metal bit. Extract them so we can make other things on the other side. Gears and pipes. So we've got pipes there, gears, iron plate. Okay, and then you've got... so you would need copper. Would be the little kink and iron beams. Okay, so how about we put copper on the other side of this belt? How about that? Something like that. Okay. We would then need a pass-through one because we haven't got beams. But it's an add-in. No, it's not a pass-through. It's an add-in. Okay. So we want a normal one where 1 is the boilers, 0 is the turbines. I mean, they're rubbish for power, the turbines, but they're convenient to have when you're just setting up an offshore pump because it's an exact match. I then need to do a little add-on, which I think I have as a separate thing, don't I? No. It's that one. So what are you? Your turbines. Turbines. So 0 is turbine, 2 is a copper cable. Everyone's favourite, copper cable. So that, you need copper. And then you need beams as well. That's highly annoying of you. Because that can't be there then. That needs to be beams. Like so. And then what do you need? Plate, beams, gears. So the gears are there. Oops, there. And they're there. So I'll have to do a little single here. For the boilers. We're probably just in time making them because I suspect we will be having some power issues. Pipes, gears, yeah, okay, so then that. Not at the moment because a lot of it's idle, but yeah. Okay. So we have made absolutely everything on that list. We will go and try and sort out some oil stuff. I guess. I'm not exactly sure what I'm sort of making with the oil. Hello. Bonancius, welcome, welcome. Beans Gaming, indeed. Beans Gaming. I didn't make the landfill, did I? Should do that. Circuit networks, all the fun stuff. So yeah, we need to do the... Oh, that unlocks the refinery. Okay. Okay. And then you get basic oil processing, because that then gives us plastic, which gives us red circuits, which gives us all the sorts of fun stuff. It's interesting the way this has been locked, because obviously That's just mining productivity, and it uses red and green circuits. But it's locked behind advanced circuits. Even though I don't, I'll be able to... I mean, it soon kicks into needing weird things, chemical stuff. But the level 1 doesn't need... I don't need red circuits in order to do that research. But it's locked behind one that, the researching of red circuits, weirdly. I wonder if does modeling armor... Yeah, 30 advanced circuits. So you start to actually use them. But yeah, so we will need to make plastic. Is plastic recipe coal and petrol? Okay, so that's no problem. We will then need to red circuit, but they need, don't they need, yeah, they need these electronic components, which is where you get into silicon, which is another thing we can make. We have unlocked, but we have not produced at all. We're definitely not doing rare metals today. I thought we were at that stage, but we're clearly not. We could set up some solar production, couldn't we, with the silicon? Tell you what, let's go and unlock oil. We'll have to kill off them worms, won't we? But we're going to unlock that. Pump something. In which what I haven't done, I really need to do, is the power poles, proper power poles. Why did I build medium ones? Not big ones. But yeah, we got pumps, pipes. Have I got enough pipes? I need to grab some pipes. Got inserters, it's a botched together little thing. Got belts. Hopefully we made some of them now. So it's really the power poles that I haven't got there. Because I got the lights as well. And then trains. We don't really need trains for a while. So I've been belting stuff around. But we can make the silicon. Yeah, but we'll also unlock the chemical. That's why the oil thingy, won't we? With this. Okay, so where do we want to bring oil in? Suppose doing it here would make some sense. So if I sort of pump downwards. The difficulty of this is... I thought... Didn't I... Have I got a car? Oh, I need to do the whole fuel thing, don't I? I'm going to do car, and that requires oil processing. Yeah, it's trapped. Okay, fine. Let's go and get some more ammo then. I like how Krastorio 2 requires fewer resources for science and more resources for building, but not too much. Yeah, it is quite nice, quite a nice different balance. Yeah, I hadn't really sort of thought about it being, I'm sure you're right, sort of thing, but about it being sort of more focused towards materials for building rather than science. I'll have to see what this one, how this... We're nowhere near any space age content. In fact, I assume is quality part of this. Oh, it is. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I sort of assumed that would be sort of not included. I needed undergrounds. No, yeah. Oh, but the undergrounds are gigantic in this, so I probably don't need them. Okay. If we go... Should we maybe take... Probably better taking a spur off the actual power area. Get some more power poles in. Yeah, we'll do the oil unlock so that we can build... oil refineries, and then hopefully solar will have finished and we can do, let's go one more up across there. I think we have some solar panels and maybe sort of shift a bit, whoops, power production to them. Now, where are you, my wormy friends? There you are. I've got something I want to show you. It's called high velocity lead. I actually started a Pyanodons playthrough, just, you know, messing them, seeing what it was all about, and it looked like it would be kind of horrendous. I'm gonna have to take them out, aren't I? There's no way they're not getting. In fact, that's probably gonna get hit with pollution pretty quick as well. Well, there's trees there, but they are, and they are. Okay, so we need to go all military. Because I don't think we get flamethrower turrets for a while. Because I could just slap some of them in. Right, so what have we got? 3 nests, 3 worms. In fact, I could be using grenades. I didn't think about that because they're way powerful in this. Oops, not slowed in. They're way more powerful. Probably better using them, really. Yeah, look at that. Not bad. 3 grenades. Let's pop you in there. Only got 6 ammos left. Too worthy, eh? Is that both of them? That's both of them. Cool. Yeah, they're down pretty quick, so I'm not as underpowered as I thought I might be. Because this is without any... I haven't done a single explosive upgrade. Okay. I mean, they should be pretty easy to take out, and he will be. Them... might be a bit tricky for tech level we're at. But we shall see. So you played this one... Oh, sorry, you played this one through... Valancius. Don't know if you mean you played this spaced out one, or just the general thing. It's interesting how it's been adapted to version 2. Because there are the tiny little tweaks here and there. So it looks like it's all nests, really. Okay, that's good. Get some of them in. You guys there. Now, if I put one in there. Oh, it makes a weird squelching noise. I don't think I've ever been close enough to hear them. Yeah, it's like creep's gone, just completely. There is no creep apparently. Although it might be, I don't know if it's your manufacturer or something or the equivalent. Yeah, creep's just gone. No creeps in this. No creeps in this. Not fully yet. On Volcanus right now. Okay. Is that particularly different, Volcanus? I don't know. So I got the impression from what it said on the mod portal that as in different, vanilla. I got the sort of impression that I hadn't really sort of done a lot more in a sense with, you know, the Space Age additions. You know, so there's no new buildings type of thing. They just, you know, gated them like science packs behind the new planets and stuff. Oops. You can get the biomass by harvesting nests. Okay. Harvesting nests? Yeah. Is that the biomass as in Space Age biomass? As in, you know, the... I never quite know what it's meant to be, the biomass icon. Sort of a pink blamongy thing. Do I want to attempt those guys? We could, I mean, I just want to unlock it, don't I? So I could just do these two. And then we can go back and I'll just leave a turret here, maybe. Oh, I've only got one medium purple. Because you literally just have to pump some. There's no... You don't have to do anything with it. But yeah, if we stick a couple of turrets in and give them a little bit of your finest ammos. But yeah, we'll leave the actual production for now, because we need to make the oil refineries. I would say this one is the one where I'm not actually necessarily a fan of the whole unlock technologies, because usually for oil you have to outpost. You know, you have to, you know, push it. You know, part of the reason it's nowhere, you know, it's not near your starting point, is to push you to go and use it. You know, to make an outpost. And so I can't remember whether the refinery is gated in version 2, but it's like certainly gates some technologies, and it's like you've therefore got to sort of run over to the outpost, literally pump a tiny bit of oil, and then sort of come back to your base and, you know, do the research to actually use it in some way. Which is I'm not entirely sure that's a good design, but it is what it is. Makes a lot more sense for the, you know, like make the boilers and stuff. You know, lock boilers and what have you behind stuff, because it's all centrally located. You know? I think you have to do it with the uranium. It makes more sense to me from uranium, because it's like this weird, you know, not actually technically needed material. Right, get some other belts in. Extend this down. So that is a bit complicated, this recipe. Let's see about... We just want to go up here. So let's build... First machine's there, I think. Now, so we need circuits, steel beams, steel gear wheels, pipes and stone brick. Steel beams and steel gear wheels we're going to have to make. Pipes, brick, circuits. Okay. What was the other thing that I unlocked? Or that I wanted to build? It was the power poles, wasn't it? So those... Oh, and also solar. So those... I'm looking at the rail stuff. So those are... In fact, that's identical. Oh, no, iron beam and steel beam. Interesting. Whoops. Iron beam and steel beam. Okay. So those are the two beams again. So we can bring them down. Iron stick is a recipe. Copper cable is a recipe. And it's 4 and 4 and 8 and 8. Okay. These don't involve any... Well, it's steel beams, so we could bring them down. Steel gear wheels. Okay. So if we do the iron beams and gear and steel beams together, but then I'm going to have to bring actual steel plate, aren't I, to do the steel gear wheels. So I would need steel plate, which I could stick with stone brick maybe, and circuits and pipes, maybe something like that. It's quite a few lines. What do you need then? You then need steel plate, glass. Okay, so they do need beams. Okay. So if you want to co-locate this as well, that's not a bad list of stuff to bring down. Okay. I've completely forgotten all that, so we'll have to see. You can get the biomass by holding this. Hold right click on them. It is a Krastorio resource. Okay. The game never explains it. But Volcanus is mostly the same so far. Okay. Interesting. There is actually so biomass. I guess Factoriopedia. Biomass. Oh, okay. And then you get the artificial biomass production, which is in the processing. So that's the same concept. I remember seeing this, that you can convert eggs into biomass. Yeah, so all it tells you on the biomass is that to make biomass you need biomass. I see. Oh, it does. There you go. So it gathered from... Okay. But you say you got to right click on them, you say? Hold right click on them. It is Krastorio resource. Okay. So it just lets you mine them, basically. Interesting and weird. We're a bit off that though. Okay. So, as I say, I completely forgot all that. I think we were doing one of these super complicated ones. Like that. Because... So one needs to be the... Because I need to make steel gear wheels and everything else I can... So it's not one of them, is it? No. It's one of them. Because then 2 is the steel gear wheels. And 0 is the actual oil refinery. How are we doing on power? Oh, okay. I guess it's deceptive because it's more to do with the fact that I've not I'm not using it as it were, not building anything. You know, I'm not doing science, for example. So the refinery then, because the steel beams, and I was going to bring beams and beams, because that needs beams as well. But then we also need glass plate, silicon, circuits. So beams and beams is good. Do I just want one making panels? I think probably okay with that for now. I was going to make them, wasn't I? Because that's steel beam and that's iron beam. But they don't need to be there, do they? Okay. So if we does that need anything weird? Glass. So the silicon we're going to have to set up a production chain for, which I can never remember. I think it's a bit weird, isn't it? Don't you just smelt glass? Yeah, quartz, and you get quartz from sand and water. So that's a whole thing. But we need filtration plants, and then that's just furnaces. Okay, so we need to set up a little production of that with our other production areas. But we'll assume that that's coming in. We will also assume that we just do one thing. I would normally do a lot more solar panels. So yeah, glass, steel, so iron beam. So if these are the two beams, dual beams, beam, beam and beam. Also, no, I'm starving. It's only 6 o'clock, oh dear. Okay, so they come off there. And this, because this actually needs the steel plate, doesn't it, rather than beams. So they've got both the beams they need. That needs steel plate on its own, okay. And that does. So if steel plate was, for example, maybe I put glass on it? Doesn't sound sensible. Steel plate. Because the other thing I want to make is the power poles, and it gets very complicated with them because somebody decided they wanted to include sticks in the recipe rather than just get rid of sticks like sensible people. So if we do that, because I said in the Friday Facts about having this, you know, not wanting to have recipes that only had one use, and sticks were. I was like, okay, we'll get rid of them then. And it's like, no, what we've done instead is used sticks elsewhere. Okay, so it's going to be something like that, but we don't really want that there. We want that to be a direct insert. Cross like that. And then we'll literally do the opposite. So that then becomes if I H-flip that. No, I don't want to H-flip it. I want it to do it like that. There we go. So do that, and 2 then is that one. 0 is that one. 1 is that one. Yeah, I don't know why they made, you know, this effectively made one of the most commonly used and simplest items in the game horribly complicated to make for no real benefit. Okay. So we need iron plate for them, don't we? Do we need something else for them? Steel beams, okay. And then this was iron beams, wasn't it? There's iron beams, steel beams. But we're going to need iron plate and copper plate coming in. Okay. That, iron plate, copper plate for you. Okay. Do you need either of those? You don't. What about you? You need steel plate. That's something different entirely. But glass and steel plate and green circuits. So maybe if we did glass and steel plate there, that wouldn't help you. You need pipes and green circuits. How very complicated of you. They don't really share a lot of ingredients, these, do they? I'm not sure they're worth sticking on the same line. But anyway, we've started now. So this is going to be iron plate and copper plate. brain fart then. Okay, iron plate. Oops. Copper plate. So, iron plate, copper plate, iron plate. So that should get us proper production of proper power bulbs. This doesn't need any of those, does it? No. So green circuits, steel plate, glass. Green circuits, pipes, steel but those, that's steel plate. So effectively steel plate and green circuits are shared? Yeah. But you then need stone brick and pipe. I don't know. You're just fussy, that's what it is. So it was going to be green circuits and steel plate. It feels like this makes way more sense as like a bot-based build, really. But it is what it is. But no, I couldn't do it there. So that there. So I should be using loaders and stuff, but because that then gets it green circuits, good. You need green circuits as well? Yes. So you lack pipes and stone brick, but you lack glass and silicon. Okay. So this doesn't make any sense being here, does it? So what we should probably do... and then like glass and silicon I could possibly bring down there. And what else? Pipes and stone bricks. So I've got all of that apart from the silicon. So this needs to be pipes and stone bricks. Maybe we move that up a little bit, give us a bit more working room. Because we've got pipes there, so I could do that. Like so. Pipes are on which side? They're on that side. Oh, we're going to get some proper spaghetti here. Stone bricks, wasn't it? There we go. Stone bricks. So, glass and silicon. We'll put that on slightly higher. Oh no, that's not going to work. I mean, silicon needs to come down here, really, doesn't it? I don't really know how much silicon I'm actually going to make. It could be a bit of a weird, you know, pointless combo thing. That's kind of in the way. Okay. This was, yeah, so silicon and glass, which we can kind of combine on this side. Should I do, if I, yeah, better to properly double side it, I think. Properly split it, rather. Okay. So this needs to be silicon. So when we start doing electrolyzing and things like this, the power demand is going to go nuts. Trees out the way. So, what does this look like? Silicon is just a regular furnace thing, but it's a weird timing, but that's fine. We don't care about that. Let's just pop in exactly the same furnace stack. Oh, use that one, yeah. Okay, fine. Now, this should have the recipe. Oh, here we go. Silicon. Did I make steel furnaces? I have a feeling I didn't, did I? No, I didn't make steel ones. Okay. Can we tack that onto the end of what we're doing? Steel plate and stone brick. Yeah, that'd be perfectly added in now. Or on the other side, maybe. Okay. So we will upgrade furnaces at some point. Oh! Ultimate Plays, how you doing? Thank you for the hydrate reminder. The weird times are a leftover thing from when crafting more than one time per tick broke the game. Yeah. Yeah, from... yeah. Yeah, like the 9 seconds. 9 per 16 seconds and stuff. I remember it's also to do with... because when you get the... that's probably part of it, isn't it? Because... you get like... what's it called? The wash... is it wash... is it washing? I think it's called washing. I seem to remember reading that was how they coped with it, as it were. Because it's a more productive recipe, basically. And also gives byproducts and stuff. And the only way they could get it to work was to do with... yeah, basically... that weird... yeah, it makes effectively 1 per second, but it runs at, you know... it actually gives you 10 every 10 seconds, sort of thing. Good, how are you? Yeah, I'm not too bad. Been a very, very weird week, to be totally honest, but yeah, I'm not feeling too bad. How is your mega base coming along? Don't know if you managed to finish it, to be honest with you. I don't think you ever told me what you committed to in terms of what science number you were going for. So where did I put the regular furnaces? Must be up here somewhere. So at least build them in. Because we've got boilers. So do I go and extend power for when this goes nuts? You want to do that? So as soon as we start doing, you know, the whatever it's called, whatever this is. Electrolysis and all that sort of stuff, because that's what we have to use. And it's filtration. Well, maybe that's not too bad. Did I make filtration parts? I must have. I was boasting about making everything. Here we go. Why have you not got any engines in you? Because you're just running through. Okay. I don't know what the numbers are on them. We're already doing the crush, or some crushing. So hopefully we can reuse that. I didn't pick these up, did I? Yeah, we'll leave the power for the minute. See how we get on. Done now. Okay, cool. What did you get it up to? Is it 1,000 or exactly? I honestly can't remember. When you get old, your brain just stops. I should have reused one of these, shouldn't I? You're going to have a weird gap. In fact, I still could. Oops. What's going on there? We just kill that recipe. We might as well just... Because, you know, obviously one of these can be... whatever it's called, rare earths or whatever. $3.5k. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm not sure that's not bigger than... Not that it matters, but... I don't think I was going for... So when I did that, you know, the version 2 parameterizing series, I think that was only 2.5k. So 9 silicon, 16 seconds. So that's maths, isn't it? 16 seconds. So if we've got, well, if I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So two sets of those would output every 16 seconds. No, wrong way around. So it would give 9. So I would need 16 machines. So what we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16. So that then is 16 machines. Well, it's only going to give 9, which is, you know, effectively half a belt. Oops. Oh, out of inserters. Fancy that. Is Krastorio hard? I wouldn't say so. No, it's a bit more complicated. It sort of adds more steps. There are some bits of it that are a bit sort of, you know, I don't know whether you've got Space Age or not, mate, but the whole bit where you do on Volcanus, you know, you make, I'm sure you've seen streams of it or, you know, my videos or what have you, but you make stuff out of the lava, basically. You know, you process the lava, and stone is a byproduct, and you kind of have to deal with the byproduct. It does more of that, but not a lot. So, for example, when we do a step, well, I assume it's not changed. This is obviously the version 2 version, but you do like, so you get your base recipe and it's worse. Yeah, so the recipe of processing iron is worse in this game, the normal one. But you then do, it's not called washing, is it? But that's what you're doing. Is it filtering or something? Here we go. So you then do this ore enrichment, and basically, because what you do is you like put sulfuric acid in. I don't know if you can see that in the thing on the scale, but you basically put the iron ore in with sulfuric acid and water, and it pumps out the enriched iron ore and dirty water. Okay, but what you then do is you take it's effectively sort of worse in a sense, but you then take the dirty water and you can filter it and get some iron ore, but you see how it's percentage based. So it's 30% chance of that, 10% chance of that. And so effectively the stone is a byproduct. What you're essentially doing is sort of converting, if you go through the maths of it, you're like converting sulfuric acid into stone. It's a bit weird. But you also then, so you see you've got enriched iron. Let's get Krastorio 2 up. And enriched iron has a separate recipe. And you see that's 5 iron plate from 5 enriched iron. So effectively, you've gone back to, the 1-to-1 ratio. So that involves a whole separate step where you are processing raw iron ore into a separate substance and also a byproduct. And effectively, you then have to get rid of all of that stone. So it's the same, the volcanus, foundry, liquid metal, stone as a byproduct because you're putting calcite in and it's giving you stone, and it's the same basic idea. So, and it's an extra step, but it's not staggeringly complicated. And I think there's something you can do with a stone as well. I mean, you certainly end up needing a lot of, because one of the things the sort of compensation to that extra complexity is eventually you get matter conversion, and effectively matter conversion lets you take pretty much anything in the game and like turn it into what you want, as it were. It's not quite that generous, but effectively you can just go, right, let's just take all of this spare stone and wood and all this. Say it's not 100%, and like convert it into useful things or what have you. So it's more complicated, but eventually, and the idea with that is that you get to a point where effectively you can just go, right, I want to make a massive mega base, and it just becomes, and it makes it simpler. So Space Age has a lot in common with it in that sense. It's giving you tools to make things big that compensate for the extra complexity that it's added in. But I would say, when I played it through the first time, it was my, I played Bob's, I played Angels, separately, SpaceX. What else did I do? Something else. But Krastorio 2 was, it was my favourite and remained my favourite. I like what they did with it. And it just adds a nice amount of complexity without going, it's not, Pyanodons or these other mad mods where C Block or something where you just making gigantic factories in order to make one science pack. I'm doing Space Age Megabass now. Okay, we're trying. Also, you've also got the you can tame the biters, set them on passive and all that sort of stuff as well. So if you don't fancy that challenge, then you can kind of neuter it as well. And this is Krastorio 2 Space Age, so it is adapted from Krastorio 2 to make it compatible with Space Age. So obviously it is a lot more complicated than the base game because you've got both in there, effectively both mods. But Space Age is a nice level of complexity as well. You can also burn the dirty water if you don't want to bother with looping water, but you'll still get some stone. There you go. So yeah, it gives you options basically. Do I want to try Pyanodons? Well, I actually started it. I was saying earlier on, I did start a save on it, more just to have a look at the tech tree and see what it was all about and all that sort of stuff. And it was very apparent that it is. I think you need one of those like. I don't really like using them. I don't find any of them nice to use, but like it's Helmod's one of them, I think, and I think you're supposed to pronounce it FNEI, but FNEI. And there's a few others. Is it Factory Planner, something like that? Where basically in game it lets you plan out and map through recipes, and because they get those sorts of mods. Bob's did it as well. Angels is more about the byproducts, but it's the managing the byproducts is the type of complexity most of these mods add. That when if they're really complicated, then it's to do with the fact that you want hydrogen out of some recipe and it gives you 5 different things, and 3 of them are solid, and it's just mad complexity, and balancing it all up becomes a real challenge. They usually do give you some way of avoiding things, getting rid of them, at maybe the cost of pollution or power or something like that. But I say they get more and more complicated, some of these mods. That I completely forgot what I was doing. Why am I even over? I was over here because I ran out of inserters, didn't I? Yeah. So we hadn't actually finished silicone. Yes. I say I did enjoy this one when I played it just version 2. I would probably recommend just doing the version 2 one. You know, the Krastorio, on its own rather than the Space Age on top, if you think about giving it a go. And then, I mean, I'm sure you can probably add on the, to an existing save if you wanted to do it that way. I mean, it might fall over, but yeah, I'd probably recommend doing version 2 with Krastorio 2 rather than leaping straight into this spaced out one. So it's going to ask for 18 quartz in 16 seconds. It's borderline 1 a second, isn't it? In that sort of territory. I can always do 2 lines hopping over here. Something like that. Need to switch to red belt. The thing, but we've got red belt now. Okay. So, if we want to make quartz, 2.1 second craft time to give you 6 quartz. That's a lot of quartz. Effectively 6 quartz. So we could get 6 quartz a second, no problem. Add a couple of machines. And effectively 16, 18. So yeah. We need, say, 1 per machine, so we need oh, I didn't put them in, did I? That's what I was missing. Effectively, like, I think I'm just going to like do good old-fashioned eyeballing. We'll just stick in. I need that to be further up, don't I? Really? Okay. Mark 1 eyeball. Mark 1 eyeball. So you're gonna make quartz for me. You need 10 sand. How much do you produce? 10 sand every 2.1 second. Oh no, 6 quartz rather. So sand is higher. It's okay. So if we do, let's see, something like that. No, we want them on the inside, don't we? So we can stick them next to each other. Ah, somebody's put some turbines over here. Let's hope we're not in the way. Oops. Okay. I'm doing it again, just using inserters. Oops. Don't add K2 to an existing save. Okay, I can already say that it will not work. Okay. I don't. Okay, so these guys need some mortar. So, wait, it's the wrong way around, isn't it? There we go. It is pass through, is it? No, not pass through. No, not pass through. Okay, let's rethink that then. Not pass through. Okay. It's like, so like a good example of the, you know, it gives you good things as well as bad, and these are quite a good example. The underground pipes are like more expensive, but they stretch way, way, way further. So you know you use less. So you're not, you know, having, it's not causing you power problems. Oops. Yeah. Not the power problems, not causing you, you know, group. Helps if you turn the belt the right way around. You know, throughput problems on mortar or anything like that. So it's struggling to output. Okay. And now it's struggling to input. I don't think I have any stack bonuses, do I? I should really use the, what should I call it? Inserter madness. Okay. So it needs, it's got 16, so I say it's just like, it's like 1.1 or something, or not even that, 1.05 it needs per second. So if I'm giving it 7.5, we should actually be able to support, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So it's over optimistic, isn't it, in terms of what it's actually going to give it. And we are fully consuming all of that stuff. Okay, so I think we're in the territory where we do need to go up a level. Remember this before, but it's like, say, not actually sure how much silicon I really need. Yeah, I think I need to redo this with stack insert. What are they called? Loaders. Okay. Yep, don't like that. Look at superior underground belt length in remote view. Oh, right. So is that a research, you mean? Oh, you mean superior belts, isn't it? Because I know there's like superior inserters. Is it on Logistics 5? Can I could probably... Well, yeah, I mean, because those already are bigger, you know, so it's got like a max length of 5, max length of 10. What does it get up to then, I wonder? Anyway, you mean do it like that? Because no, I can't get out of there. No, never mind. Yeah, I know, you know, it's sort of, it's way bigger, as it were. And those in particular, I mean, the splitters are more expensive, but the thingy ones aren't. Right, so loader. If I spread them out a bit, it gives me a bit more working room, I think, because that's got to unload it as well. And then we've got to have a splitter. Like that. One of them. Like that. 2, 4. Yeah, you see it's 5 tiles already there. And then... because this is a nice convenience with it. It, you know, outputs on both sides. We do that. Why is that in the wrong... because I put that in the wrong place. There. Is that right? So we're going in... Oh, well, yeah. I need to be higher levelling it, don't I, really? For this part. So going to need one of them as well. Another one of them. And then if we go one more of those. Yeah. There. Oops. Cool. Right, so copy that. Didn't get the pipe. I can probably step down to yellow here, I think. I've gone and made a load of steel panels and not used them. Try to place them on the map. You can go into settings and enable seeing unresearched items in remote view. You got the point. It is so long, yeah. So I think they might have been. Does it get any better with quality? Does it improve the underground length as well with quality? Because I can imagine superior belts with, you know, legendary superior belts as being like, you know, you could effectively sushi your entire, you know, factory onto just that sort of thing. Yes, I'm pretty sure it had the superior belts. I don't know about that. Oh, you're right at water because why? Oh, it's not connected. There we go. So they are way better at this, you know. It's like, putting the stuff in. Okay. We weigh more, don't we? Why is that running so rubbish? Are you... I mean, you're loaded up. Okay. A couple more in. And crafting all this stuff to avoid going back, and then I just keep running out. How are we doing? See, it's not quite getting enough raw silicon in, so perhaps what would we need? We would need another, because it is stuttery there, so we do have more capacity. One of them. And one of them. Does that push it up further? 20, cool. How full? It's just about getting enough, that one, isn't it? Just about getting enough. No belt stutter. Oh, and this is full. Okay. Well, it's not quite full, is it? But very nearly. Yeah, and as noted, because I'm only supplying half of a yellow belt to each side, it's only going, whatever it is, 7 or 8 down. 3, 6, 9, yeah, okay. Then this is now full. Okay, so we have silicon. In theory, that should mean we've started to make some solar panels. Ah, we have. 23 solar panels. Lovely. We've also now got oil refineries, so we can refine some oil. How are we doing? 7:15. Complete mislabel on this stream then, wasn't it? We were nowhere near doing rare earths. So I thought that's where we were, but clearly not. But what we do have is power poles. Hooray! Proper power poles. Okay. What was the other thing that I identified that I should have made but hadn't? We've got everything on there now being automated. No, we haven't. We haven't got steel furnaces. That was it, because we need to upgrade at some point. And that sounded like a nice place to build that here. Just a little extra thing here. Steel furnaces. With for it. That we could upgrade now. And what? Some brick, there we go. So that lets us make some of them. We have rail stuff. We also have landfill. Okay. Need a little production of landfill somewhere, just so that we've got the ability to fill things in, and we did have a here we go, random stone line. Okay. Let's pop in a machine here. Like that. And give it a inserter. So at least got a little bit of landfill knocking about. Because did I do it on this? No, this was completely default settings, wasn't it? I thought it might be a rail world again. Okay. What we haven't really automated is military stuff. We've got, obviously, turrets. And we sort of got those, you know, basic ones doing the rifle magazines. Do I need that stuff just now? Feels like I can leave it for a bit, to be honest with you. Okay. Sticks, steel plate, iron plate, circuits. Steel beams. And stone. Because that's almost exactly what we've got here. Okay. And then iron plate and circuits. They'd be quite easily added on here, wouldn't they? Well, I say I'm not intending really to go trains for a little while. We want a regular one. Is that right? Yeah, I can pop it on there. So it doesn't really matter which way round, but we got that one, that one. And you need that and that. Okay. They are steel plate, iron plate, iron sticks, and circuits, which I'm pretty sure we got all here, haven't we? Ended up with 2 lots of iron plate. So we would go sticks, steel plate, yeah. Green circuits, yeah, okay. And your stone and steel beams. So you need sticks is the missing part. Okay. So it's like one of them, isn't it? So 2. So down with sticks. Should I remove them? Steel plate, iron plate. There we go. Is that everything? Yeah. And then rail. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pop that there. And then we'll sort of... Yeah, if I put it on the back. And... across there. And then maybe give 100. But we want steel beams, which are here. Cool. So that's all the... well, no, it isn't all the rail stuff. We need to get trains and the 2 types of wagons. What is it? It's 10 to 7. Because I haven't like unlocked the next science pack. Because the production is a lot more complicated than this. But what I really want, you see, is well, I really want a tank, but a car would be quite nice. Hydrogen, light oil, solid fuel. Oh, I see. So you make... Okay. I don't think that's how it worked before. Pretty sure. Yeah, you have to use this fuel because the vehicles only take fuel, I believe. You can't just stick in, you know, wood sort of thing. It is slightly more restricted. So how about we put that on? Do we want to look at things like circuit networks? How much more? Oh, those aren't. I thought they'd be more complicated. Maybe they're more expensive or something like that. Unlock circuit networks. Okay. Because that always seemed a bit pointless to me, the whole steel pipe thing, but it does give you this mineral water, which is another thing you have to do to get your ore enrichment. Just trying to think what I want to do next. Say, a gas power station. Okay. Burn fluid directly to produce it. I don't remember that being in it before. Burns fluid to produce energy. Inefficient but easy. Maybe it was, but I don't remember it. I remember it being in Angels, maybe? Huh. Anyway, point is, we want fuel, but then we also need to do like solve, because I've unlocked oil processing, but I haven't got anything to process it into. I guess it's the solid fuel thing, but and then that should give us chemical science. Shall we see if we can make? Oh, there's only 5 minutes left. I did grab. I got some oil refineries. Maybe we bring this down basically. Yeah. How is power doing? Ooh, tricky. So I seem to remember fuel unlocked earlier. Don't know. Okay, so if we plop down, if we imagine this is probably where we're going to do a bit of oil processing, then that gives us that recipe. Gives us the petroleum. Now, does that? I didn't pick any chemical plants up, did I? No, let's just make one so I can put it down. Because you have a special fuel refinery for doing the thing. Okay, so we can do the solid fuel. Okay. But yeah. We maybe set up our little build. Get ready for water. and heavy, etc. Missed that bit, didn't I? That's wrong. It's more like it. There we go. Cool. Okay. So, if we've got the... Actually, it's kind of backwards, isn't it? I shouldn't have put it that way. Oh. Actually, if I put it in sort of here, give myself a little bit of space there. So. Yeah. Okay, so next one then is this patch over here. Which is where... okay. Here. Yeah, I'll have to change the title of this stream for the VOD. We're going to do this now. Quite really, but come on then. So it's not moaned about it being pipe length too long, so I think we're okay there. But yeah, so this is where we'll leave it, I think, for today. Let's put the old schedule up. Pause that on there. Yes, so as I say, it wasn't rare metals we were doing at all. We're nowhere near doing that. Oh, I say that. It'll be next time, I think. Maybe, because I got to do chemical science, I think, before I even look at those. So in my head, they were like a much earlier thing. I don't know if that's because I'm taking longer with this. I don't know. Strange. But yes, so Krastorio 2 will be back next Saturday. Is that right? Yeah. Yes. So we will be continuing on with the regular schedule. Krastorio 2 spaced out on Saturdays, and the Space Age playthrough that I normally calling parameterization, but I've not really been parameterizing anything on the Sunday, so that'll be tomorrow's stream and continuing on next week. I will be taking a weekend out at the beginning of October because it's my dad's birthday, and I'll go and see him. And then there will be I'm on leave basically the last week in October. So whether I stream or not, then I still haven't decided. Part of me wants to go away, but part of me is also very aware that when I had my holiday a couple of weeks ago, I was ill and couldn't do all the clearing out that I wanted to do. So yes, we will see if I will stream then. But certainly first weekend of October I will not be streaming, but next week we will be all okay. If you are watching on Twitch, you can also watch me on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you can also watch on Twitch because I use Restream to stream to both. However, YouTube is the only one that has the archive of the VODs. There is the archive of this series and the parameterization ones, Space Age one, as well as all my series that I've done, which there are loads of, including lots and lots of Factorio, but also Satisfactory, Tectonica, that hit one that I don't see all the videos, but that's a year old now since its thing. I don't know if we're going to get a similar thing for Factorio. It's a couple of weeks, isn't it? Basically, that because it's like early October, I think that they released it. So whether we'll get a here's how it went in the first post year, I don't know. But it's not at all clear to me whether we're getting this 2.1 update or not really. I sort of part of me thinks. I mean, there'll be a 2.1 because when they decide they've done enough bugs to call it 2.1. But whether we get a few extra things type update, I'm not sure. It's not been clear if they're really working on this new. Everyone seems to think it's an MMO, like a Warcraft beta. I'm not sure about that. If it is, good luck to them. They're difficult to make MMOs. But yes, so I say whether we'll get Friday Facts again, I don't know. But the reason for mentioning that is because there is the archive of all the Friday Facts read-throughs I did on the on Space Age, the Friday Facts read-throughs, and also my new video series, which is speculating about the lore of Factorio, which is a kind of follow-up to that. That's a one video a month type thing because they're much more produced to the extent that I can do it on my own. However, this week, and there was a blog post that I posted on Friday explaining this. This month there is none because of when I got ill before. Sickness appears to be a recurring pattern just recently, and basically it kind of knackered me up from the schedule that I was trying to keep, as well as work was a problem. But there is not going to be a lore speculation video this month. I'm working on 3 basically, so there will be then one each month until December. What there is coming next week instead is some more of the quick tutorials. They're focused really on, so the thing people seem to latch onto in the last few were the not very much, but the in and out design principles. So people have some interest in that, but people seem to latch on a bit to the whole snaky bus thing. My parameterized, as it is now, the thing I've been using, but the building method. So I've sort of expanded on that as being, well, here's here's the type of things I put on this minibus, and here's how you do this part of it and that part of it, and what have you. So I've expanded that side of it up. There's more because I can talk about the parameterization then. It's a good lead into that. But those won't be in these videos. There'll be 4 of them, and they'll be going up next Friday, the 19th. For everyone. What there is also is memberships available on YouTube. So YouTube memberships are switched on. It's £4.99 or your regional equivalent per month. What it gets you access to is early access to the videos, which is a bit variable, depends how quickly I get them done. But also some member exclusives. I have done a retrospective on my first pure speculation video that I did way back over a year ago, where I was talking about what I thought would be in the expansion, and I've gone back and watched that. It's sort of a watch along reaction type thing, and I basically say I was kind of amazed at how much I actually got right. I was kind of stunned. A lot of it is, if you're being generous, I got it right, sort of thing. I sort of said some random comment, and it turned out to be sort of true. It's a very unedited. It's like a raw thing, and as such, because that original speculation video was an hour and a half long, so those retrospectives, that's 3 hours worth of stuff. So I've split it up basically. So I've done each section. The first two are now live for members. The third and fourth will come in the next across the next month. That will not become public, so that is a member exclusive. What I will do is like a highlights video to sort of tease you as to what you're missing, basically. So that's my first real proper pitch for why you should become a member, is to get access to those. There's also like if I've messed something up in the edit of a video, there's like outtakes, but it's literally 10 minutes in total, so it's not really a huge thing. There will be more of those retrospectives. I will certainly be going through the pure speculation ones I did, of which there were 4 in the end. I would also quite like to go back and do the most popular Friday facts, and I say they're going to be pretty basic, just me sat there watching it, reacting, but it is a nice little exclusive, I think, and hopefully I'll do a few highlights videos to tease you to potentially become a member, because it's not been particularly successful, the memberships. But then I haven't even got 1,000 subscribers, so it's probably expected. If you want to follow me on socials, just the last thing is Blue Sky is the only one I'm really active on, although I'm not active in any socials. So yeah, and see you, Arnold Plays, and everyone that's been watching. If you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Krastorio 2 Spaced Out. Thanks for watching. Cheers.